What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Chris Talks. I'm so happy to have you back here today. Thank you so much for watching the other episodes. And yeah, please keep your comments coming, your topic suggestions. I love to read what you want to know more about and my personal experiences. So it's been a lot of fun so far sharing my journey with you and sharing however I can. Um, so yeah, as you read by the title of today's video, we're going to be talking about YouTube and starting a YouTube channel, maybe some pros and cons, and because it's not for everyone. So I want to kind of go into maybe why I started the channel, what it's been given me, how what it's given me, and some suggestions if you want to start your own YouTube channel. But before we really dive into it, I want to give you something absolutely free, and it is my making money in 2020 as a composer and beyond. It's a free guide, but it's basically the first link in the description box below. But basically, it's a basically like a framework for monetizing your skills as a composer, and it really utilizes the power of YouTube and leads, getting people's attention, and then how to convert that into a monetization stream, which can be really good if you're trying to get passive income or you supplement your day job with an additional side income. So it's totally free if you download it. And I just want to give it to you as a gift for watching this podcast. So thank you very, very much for joining me here today for a new episode. So jumping into the topic of YouTube and what it's all about. So YouTube has been around since 2005. I believe that was when the inception of YouTube was or came about. And essentially, YouTube and Google are kind of like the same, are owned by the same company, and they are both search engines. So if you imagine where YouTube lies on the spectrum of like social media, it really isn't a social media platform. It's more of a search engine, right? Because when people look for how to do things, they either type into Google if they want like a text-based answer, or they type it into YouTube if they want a video-based answer. Those are like the two most visited websites on in the world today, every single day. So one of the really cool things about YouTube is that whatever you post on there is evergreen, which just means like the content never disappears and it remains on the platform because it's a search engine. So when you upload content, it becomes another piece of information that's stored within the database of Google or YouTube. And when people search for it, um, then basically it becomes another resource for those people to have. Whereas for social media, when you post something like on Instagram or Facebook, it stays up for a little bit, but after 24 hours or so, it disappears, and you have to kind of scroll through to really find it if that's something you're looking for. So we don't really use social media platforms as search engines to find information. We kind of use them to keep up with other people, to learn about what's going on in their lives, things like that. But in general, um, YouTube and Google are kind of the two biggest search engines that we use on a daily basis. And so the reason I bring all this up is that the benefits of YouTube and starting a YouTube channel, and hence why a lot of people build their businesses off of YouTube, is because um, it really gives us, the creatives, an opportunity to share ourselves with the world and continue to add value to other people on a consistent basis. And that was a lot. What I just said consists of dedication, consistency, drive, um, a certain worldview of adding to other people's lives in order to prosper for themselves later. But it really comes down to a fundamental viewpoint of helping others in order to um, personally gain from that later. And so, as a Christian myself, I think that's basically how I see life, how I see the world. And as I've matured as a person, as I've grown up more, and I've started finding my own direction and where I want my career to go, and in music in general, um, it makes me feel the best when I'm able to contribute positively to someone else's life in a meaningful way, whether that's through a piece of content, whether that's through a private lesson in composing or piano. Um, or just writing a song and having it resonate with someone else. Those are all ways for me personally to feel the best, knowing that I made a positive impact in someone else's life in a certain way, using the skills and the abilities that I have to do that, because I can't really influence someone in a field that I have no experience in. Like, I'm not going to build a building and I'm not going to make it beautiful because I have no experience in architecture or design or interior design. Like, I'm just, you have to stay in your lane that you are confident in, that you have a good ability in, right? So that's the main reason that I started my YouTube channel, was to be able to share myself. And many people have YouTube channels in order to share their own experiences in their own lives, right? And it just feels good to be able to share a piece of ourselves with other people whenever possible. It's not for everybody, but for some of us who are introverted and want to put ourselves out there and maybe gain some more experience in that regard, it's a really, really good way to do so. And it's accessible to everybody. You don't have to pay for a YouTube channel. You can literally just upload videos for free. And whether people like it or not, that's a different matter. But if people start to like your videos, then you start to build an audience that way. And that leads us into three reasons why you would want to start a YouTube channel. And I'm going to share them with you now. So number one, why you would want to start a YouTube channel is you get a lot of opportunities this way, especially as your channel grows and becomes more noticed, right? So as a composer specifically, being a composing channel, um, not only can you upload your own music, and it sounds pretty good. Like the YouTube quality for music is much better than like Facebook or even like SoundCloud, I believe. I don't think SoundCloud has that good of a resolution for its music. YouTube keeps it relatively accurate, and it keeps the fidelity up pretty high. So if a director is looking for a certain piece of music and they come across a few keywords that you have in your title or your description, and they come across your channel and it's something that they like, maybe they want it for a certain project, then it gives them a sense of what you do, and then they can contact you from there. So that's just one way to get opportunities. Number two is you can upload educational material, you can upload other forms of things that not necessarily directors, but maybe people in other areas of expertise want to hire you for, just by watching your videos and coming across your content. So, you know, um, another thing is like getting free libraries. For example, if you're into sample libraries and you do software, right? And you like to play around with virtual instruments, if you post a lot of stuff and you start building an audience and a fan base, then companies will start to reach out to you and offer you their products for free in exchange for a video or blog review, because you have influence and you can share your opinions on the product with the world, and therefore potentially earn the company some more money that way, right? So for me, in all of these areas, I've seen benefits, and it's been just a really wonderful opportunity to not only put myself out there and share with you what I have to offer, but it builds my own personal confidence as well, knowing that what I say or what I think or what I share can impact someone in a positive way, and that really means a lot to me personally, because we all come across imposter syndrome, right? The feeling that, like, who are we to do this? I'm no expert in this field. Who am I to share, right? But people don't care if you have credentials, really. I mean, it helps for sure, but it really comes down to, can you get that person results? Can you make a difference in their lives and positively impact their life in a meaningful way? That's what it really comes down to. So adding value to people's lives. But anyway, number one was getting more opportunities in the first place. So it does benefit you if you have your material up there. Then it gives people more contact points to actually find you, and then eventually potentially work with you. Depending, and that goes for any field. It doesn't even have to be composing, right? Number two, it actually gives you a regular routine to follow. And this is something that's really important for channels or building a presence on YouTube, is being consistent. So the two factors that go into creating a channel and being relevant is through quality, of course, but also being consistent. So if you produce like good videos, but you kind of stop making videos for a year or two, then people are just going to move on, right? I mean, yes, your videos are up there for people to watch for eternity, but you're not top of mind anymore, and it's hard for people to remember you when there's so much information in the world nowadays. Information overwhelm, right? It's so easy for us to just move on and say, okay, who's the next person who will teach me this new thing? Or who can I follow next that will be relevant and provide me with a regular source of entertainment? It really is like a TV show, right? TV shows always have a consistent schedule that they follow. So, we can kind of learn from that and do the same thing. So, if you follow my channel for any length of time, you'll notice that I usually post 2 videos a week, one on Monday and one on Thursday. My Mondays tend to be more core type of videos, the videos that I explore composition techniques, music theory breakdowns, whereas Thursdays I like to do um, sample library reviews, podcasts like this. So slightly different views in how I schedule my stuff, but it's always consistent. I always have at least one video a week. If anything, it's going to be on the Mondays, and then the Thursday is always a nice to have. If I have the time to put out a video on a Thursday, then I will definitely for sure. But it just gives me a regular routine to follow, and it makes me feel confident knowing that if I follow this regular routine, I'm not only keeping myself accountable, but I'm also helping the world positively. If people like you resonate with what I'm saying and what I'm doing. So that's number two: giving ourselves a regular routine and a structure to follow on a consistent basis. It really is like a job, especially if you plan on monetizing your channel in a certain way afterwards. And so that could be a sub benefit is like, yeah, monetization and earning a side income stream from that, right? Number three is really the most philosophical of the three, and it's that you can make the world a better place. And, I guess it does depend on your worldview for sure, but I guess like if you're an entertainer, if you're an educator, if you do anything that people find valuable and and feel like they can follow you for a certain reason, then you can feel good knowing that what you're doing is contributing to the world in a positive way. And I think that really sums it up, right? Why do YouTubers make a living doing what they love? Because they know that what they're doing garners attention and love from their fans, and what they're doing makes other people feel good. And that, as the creator, makes it feel so good because we know that what we're doing is actually making an impact in someone else's life rather than just falling on deaf ears and losing people, right? And of course, earning an income from that, like the biggest YouTubers make millions. Of course, that's a nice like result of having a big following and channel and having ads on your videos. But if they didn't enjoy what they did on a consistent basis, they wouldn't do it because it's really hard to sustain something that you don't enjoy doing for a long period of time. So I've been running this channel for almost 3 years now. I started at the end of 2017, and the time of this video, it's the mid 2021. So um, there've definitely been times where it's been difficult to upload a video here or there for sure because I just didn't have any prepared. I didn't have any batched videos, like I didn't batch record. But now I have a healthy amount of videos that are batched and that are scheduled to go out on a consistent basis. So it gives me freedom to do what I want to do, which is compose music, orchestrate, do those things. And it frees me up to make episodes like this where I can talk freely and not feel like I have to rush something out and, share a subpar product with you. So, all in all, those three things I think are really solid reasons why you would want to start a YouTube channel. Number one, you can gain more opportunities this way by sharing your own music, educational material. People can just find you and, you can work with them, or you can get really nice opportunities there, like getting free products in exchange for reviews, all those things, all those little perks. Number two, it just gives you a regular routine to follow. And, you know, being human beings, we like consistency naturally, and we like having a certain set of deadlines to follow because it tends to make us more productive. And then finally, we get to make the world a better place. And I think that's just the icing on the cake, of course. Like that's just something that you either really enjoy doing or you don't. And you have to decide for yourself, like if I start a YouTube channel, will this fit into my current schedule and make sense for me to dedicate time to this every single week and do it? So, I mean, some downsides to YouTube might be like you don't want to share yourself. Maybe you're too shy, like, and you don't feel like you have much to offer. But the thing is, when you put yourself out there, it's just it has a multiplicative effect because one good piece of content can be viewed by so many people, and if those people share with more people, then you really are in so many people's lives. So for me, there really is no downside to having a YouTube channel. I mean, maybe if you get overly famous, if you have a huge following, then people can start like viewing it as a cult or something, and I don't know, start following you for weird reasons, and maybe you have bad publicity sometimes. Who knows? But I think just being genuine and being consistent and being honest is the best thing we can do to put ourselves out there and you know, share ourselves with the world. So yeah, if you were thinking of starting a YouTube channel, I would definitely say, first of all, be consistent. Try to think about it as one piece of content per week, if possible. Um, you could even do two pieces of content a week, three pieces if you have enough time to do that. But one per week is a really good schedule to start off of. And if you feel like I can't do that, then maybe do bi-weekly. So one piece of content every other week. That could be a video, that could be a blog post, it could be a podcast. It doesn't really matter. But as long as you're consistent with your output, that will start to favor the algorithm and also give people a reason to stick around and expect something new from you each week or every other week. And the second thing is to offer continuous value. Business is really all about adding value to other people and making a difference in their lives. And if you can do that, if you can um, share yourself in a way that inspires other people, that gives them reasons to do what they aspire to do, to be more like you, then you will be prosperous and you will benefit in the back end. Like if you have online courses set up, if you have memberships, if you have merch to sell, if you have sample libraries to sell, add value to other people first. Give them a reason to want to invest in you, to pay it back, to support you. You know, so that's the main thing about running a channel is it does take work and it's not always pleasurable. It's not always fun, but it is like work. So you sometimes you do have to just suck it up and put something out there, even if it's like not your favorite thing, but always try to find a way to help other people if you can. It could be a very specific topic, it could be broad, but all in all, just think about adding value. And that's really what it really comes down to. So I hope that makes sense. I would definitely recommend starting a YouTube channel if you're on the fence and if you're not sure. And for those three reasons I mentioned, you know, and yeah, that's all I can really say. And if you have any other questions about it, you know, let me know in a comment below. Let me know if you do have a YouTube channel and if you've uploaded videos on it. Are you frequent? Are you consistent? Or are you sporadic? Do you upload maybe once every like 6 months or something? Do you see the benefits in what I'm talking about? Or do you just not have a YouTube channel and because you already have like a nice day job and you don't have the time for that and all that? And before you go, make sure to download my free guide called Making Money as a Composer in 2020 and Beyond. Again, I think it will help you if you do decide to take the leap and start a channel. This will kind of walk you through my process of, you know, taking your audience, the people who follow you, and turning them into loyal fans and earning a living, a side income from that at first, and then hopefully that can grow over time and scale as you continue to develop your audience and build more content and all of that. So thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.